7. Be able to say goodbye.
Out of order.